Welcome back to this already the final segment of today's Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Spending some time talking about you and your business. Really important is your business to make your home and your buildings comfortable. And love to have Lance Malone on. He's with Standard Supply, this company now for decades. Generations have been helping people keep their homes comfortable. And today's segment's going to be kind of cool. He's bringing in a fellow Wildcat. Both Lance and I are Wildcats, as are our guests. And what I mean by that's not the male equivalent of a cougar. What I mean by that is we're all graduates of Abilene Christian University, and go Wildcats. And Lance, get started with telling us about your company, Standard Supply, what it does, and then introduce us to our guests. And looking forward to you kind of driving this conversation this morning.
Okay, will do, Kevin. Thanks a lot. Standard Supply is my company, and we're a distributor of heating, ventilation, refrigeration, and air conditioning products. And what we do is we help the best contractors all over the state of Texas take care of their customers by having the products they need on our shelves when they need them to make their customers comfortable, feel cool or warm in their home. I'm real excited today to have Brad Martin with us. Brad Martin is a fellow ACU Wildcat, and he's the residential manager over at Pearson Air. You can find out a lot about their company by visiting pearsonair.com. That's Pearsonair.com. Brad, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, glad to be here.
Hey, can you tell us a little bit about your background besides the fact that you went to ACU? And then tell us about Pearson Air and what you do there.
Well, first, go Cats. I started off right out of college in the construction industry. I was a home builder and built homes for 13 years. And when the downturn happened in 2008, 2009 timeframe, put me in a tight spot. Pearson Mechanical, actually, at the time, those guys used to do my AC work. So I have actually known these guys, the owner, Stacy Pearson, since he was born. Longtime family friends. And we started talking in 2011. And to make a long story short, I ended up getting a job offer to come work with him. And we have, in the short time I've been there, we rebranded from Pearson Mechanical to Pearson Air to focus on residential customers. So I basically run the day-to-day operation on the Pearson Air side. We also have Pearson Mechanical, which is we do multifamily new construction.
Outstanding. So thinking about the residential side and what you do there, I get questions about this all the time. When it's time for someone to replace the HVAC system in their home, how many options are potentially available out there?
Well, it can be overwhelming. There are a ton of options as far as companies, as far as brands. One of the things that's really unique about the industry and how things have changed so much is things have progressed so much, and we're really focused more on indoor air quality and really making customers' lives so much more comfortable. Before, it was just a simple, we'd go in there, replace a box, and stick a new box in. But it's a lot more complex than that. And you want to make sure that you really sit down with the customer and center in on what their needs are, rather just going in. A lot of times we find that most of these systems are undersized or oversized, and it was just never done properly to begin with. So we definitely want to make sure we go back with the right choice for the customer.
I got you. It's kind of hard for me to relate since I've been in this business for quite a while now, but it seems like that could be really confusing for most homeowners when there's all these choices out there.
It can be. It definitely can be. And I think that's one of the things I've enjoyed a lot, Lance, about being in this business is coming in I've only been doing it for 2 years. And all the guys I work with, when I started, I think the shortest tenured guy was like 9 years. So coming in with a fresh perspective and asking, hey, why are we doing it this way? Well, that's the way we've always done it. Well, that's not always a good answer, sure. And that's not always the right answer, and that's one of the perspectives we bring to our customers. Hey, just because you have a 4-ton right now doesn't mean you need a 4-ton. You may need a 5, you may need a 3.5. So sitting down with the customer and really communicating with them and finding out what their needs are. Do they have allergies? Are there hot and cold spots in the home? Do you have a cat? Do you have a dog? Is there moisture levels in the air? There's so many things that we can address and really do things properly for these customers.
Sure. Well, you kind of lead it into what I was really going to get at, and that's what kind of questions do you ask your customer? You mentioned a few there, but there's so many choices. In fact, there's actually an industry organization and website called AHRI that shows all the possible systems that someone could put in their home, and it's literally thousands and thousands of systems for every size and type of system that are out there. So what type of information are you trying to get from your customer to help them make a good choice?
Well, you can start at the top with just brand. What type of branding? We are a trained comfort specialist. We also sell a lot of Amana product, which you guys supply to us. And then you've got the carrier products, which have 50 different brands under their umbrella. So trying to figure out what type of brand. Sometimes folks are very brand conscious. Other times they're very price conscious. So figuring out what direction to start there. And then just like I said, we have a short interview. We like to sit down and kind of go over with the customer and address each of these individual things. Does your child have asthma? Do you have seasonal allergies? Pet dander? Do you have cats and dogs that live in the house? How often do you clean your house? Do you have hot and cold spots? There's so many different things that we can address, and a lot of the folks out there are just trying to get in there and get out as quick as they can, and just like I said, throw a new box in and move on down the road. But we want to make sure that you're going to invest that kind of money, that you're going to really have a comfortable environment.
Lance, we're going to have to kind of close it up with that thought there. So I want to get your final thoughts, and both of you please get your website in before we wrap up the segment.
Sure, Kevin. Let's end it this way. Brad, what's the best piece of advice you have for our listeners regarding how to make sure they make the best choice from all those options that are available?
Well, I would say make sure and check the company that you're working with. One of the things that Encore is independent company here that controls our energy in the state, and they say that 9 out of 10 installations are done improperly in Texas. So just investigate the company and make sure that they know what they're doing. They have a solid background, solid reputation, and that way you can make sure that you're on the right track. Excellent advice, and an easy way to make sure you do that is to visit PearsonAir.com. That's Pearson air.com. And you can find out more about Standard Supply at ssdhvac.com.
Thanks to both of you, gentlemen. Great segment, great information. Do want to remind you, as a listener, that the best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While they're like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. Have a great day, and spend it right here on this station.